Hey everyone! So look, all these tutorials you watch on YouTube, all the information in them is hard-coded. If a question pops up in your mind, you can't really ask the teacher. In offline classes, you can ask the teacher questions, and that's exactly what makes offline classes interactive. And remember, this interactive sessions are the interesting ones. Just like a student and teacher interact with each other, in the same way, a software and a user should also interact with each other. Right? A computer program can interact with the user in many ways, and one of those ways is through the console. Kotlin's standard I/O library has some built-in functions to display output on the console and to read input from the console. I use print and println to print output on the console, and I use readln to read input from the console. Alright. So let's quickly create a new source file. I'll name it Computer Interaction. Let me remove this auto-generated code. The main function is my program's entry point. Let's quickly write a println command here. Inside it, I'll give a text message, "Hello friends." Let's write another println statement and print the message, "Enter your name." Alright. So let's run it and see. Look, the output came, "Hello friends, enter your name," and then my process ended. Now look, the text message here, I wrote it inside double quotation marks in the println command. I can print this in another way too. Let's create a variable called enterName. And this enter your name text message, I'll assign it to this variable. Alright. Now in the println command, instead of the text message, I can use this variable too. Now look, the output came exactly the same. Let's quickly read some data from the console now. Alright, now look here, my first command executed "Hello friends," second command "Enter your name," and after that the process hasn't ended. It's waiting on the console for my input. As soon as I gave the input, my process finished. Now look, I've taken input from the console, but I need to actually use it in my program too, right? So let's put this input into a variable and print it out to see whether it got stored or not. Alright. The program is waiting on the console for my input. As soon as I typed the input and hit enter, it printed my name. Right? Because whatever I stored in the name variable, I printed it again. One more thing, I can combine multiple text messages and multiple variables in a single println command. Like here, I've combined a text message "my name is" and whatever input I stored in name, I've combined them using the plus sign. This is called concatenation. Alright. Now let's see what output comes, "My name is Tushar." Look, here the compiler is suggesting an improvement. To see it, hover your mouse over the underline. And look what it's saying, string concatenation can be converted to a template. Let's click here. Look, it has modified the message, it has put everything inside a single double quotation. Right? Here, I'm using a $sign before the name variable. If I don't use the $sign, the compiler will consider name as just a text message. Right? The $sign tells the compiler, don't print name as text, print the value that's inside name. This is what we call a string template. Using string templates, you can combine multiple messages and variables together, and you can also use string concatenation. Let's quickly rerun it and see. Look, the same output came. Now look here, my output came in a single line, "My name is Tushar." Right? But I want the output to come in 2 lines, "My name is" in the first line and Tushar below it in the second line. For this, I have multiple ways. The first way is to use 2 println commands. With the first command, I'm printing "My name is," and with the second command, I'm printing the name variable. Alright. Let's quickly see what output comes. Look, "My name is" and Tushar came in the second line. Right? And the second way is by using a special character, the line break. So what I do here is, I use a special character \n. This is called a line break. From this point, my line will break. Let's quickly see what output comes. Enter your name, Tushar. My name is Tushar, same output came. Let's write a small program. First, let's print a message, enter your name. Then read the name from the console and store it in a variable called name. Then we'll write the message, enter your age. Alright. Now both these parameters that we read from the console, let's print them out. Hello, then name. Your age is then age. Let's run and see what output comes. So it's waiting on the console for my name. I gave the name enter your age, 32. Hello Tushar, your age is 32. Now look, I want to print the name and age on different lines. So I'll break it from here. And one more thing, look, as soon as my first println executed, the cursor immediately went to the second line, and that's where I'm entering my name. I want to enter my name, right next to the message, on the same line. Alright? For this, I have a way, instead of println, we'll use print. Now let's run the program once again. Now look, this time my cursor didn't go to the next line. Right? In the case of age, it went to the next line because I printed it using println this time. Look, what's the difference between print and println? In println, a \n is automatically included at the end. Alright? If I add a \n at the end of a print command, it will work the same as println. Look here, my cursor automatically went to the second line. Right? Let's see one last special character. Suppose I need to print a double quotation mark. As soon as I write a double quotation here, my compiler understands that my string has ended here. It doesn't print this double quotation. If I want to print a double quotation, I have to tell the compiler, I'm not giving this to end the string, this is what you need to print. For this, I use an escape sequence character called the \. Whatever sequence you give after this, the compiler will treat it as a simple message. In the same way, if I want to print a $, I have to put a \/ before it. Only then can I print the $. Look, this time it printed both the double quote and the $. Right? So look at what all we covered today. We learned how to give output using print and println commands. We learned how to read input from the console using the readln command. We saw the line break character. We saw the escape sequence. And we also saw how the string template works. Alright. If you're a beginner and want to learn Kotlin right from scratch, hit that subscribe button right now. And if you're at the intermediate level and want any Kotlin topic explained in a simple way, drop a comment below. Thank you so much. This is Think Programming.